Hey guys, it's Ellie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys about the 80-20 principle, which is an amazing book by Richard Koch, and I feel that this book is a must read for everybody who wants to be a businessman or who wants to have good income in future. It's a great book to apply professionally, but I also feel that the 80-20 rule can be applied in personal life. So even if you're not watching this video for being aware of business strategies, you can continue watching it because it's a great rule to apply even in your personal relationships and personal and private life. So 80-20 rule is basically a principle which is also called Pareto's principle, and it is also called by several other names. If you want an overview of the 80-20 principle, here you go. Well, throughout the day we do a lot of stuff which is actually very trivial and we spend a lot of time doing them, so you can say that we are wasting that time. And only 20% of the time we invest and only 20% of the things we do make results, make real results. So these 20% of time give you 80% of the major results that you need in your life. Whereas the 80% of the time you are actually in a way wasting give you 20% of minor results. So if you think logically, you should be more focused on the 20% of time that is bringing you 80% of the results, because results matter the most. Life has a purpose, and if something is not helping you towards your goal, towards your purpose, then you better not do that anymore. However, we must remember that like any non-fiction principle or book, this book has its own drawbacks, and the major one being that not every trivial thing can be not done. There are several trivial things that we have to do despite knowing that they don't add any major value to our life, because that's how life goes. But the majority of this book is very helpful for everybody. And now let's get into the video where I'll be telling you guys more about this book. So I hope you guys enjoyed this overview, because a lot of you wanted me to do an overview before I started my video. So 80-20 rule is basically that majority of results come from minority of efforts. So 80% results come from 20% efforts. So if only 20% is bringing you 80% result, then you can eliminate doing the extra 80% effort that you are putting in. So if you are studying for an exam, you most of the time study only the parts which your teacher has underlined. And if you have studied those parts, you can easily get 80%. And if you are coming from ICSE or CBSE board, you know what I'm talking about. So 20% of the book gives you 80% of the marks when you are sitting for the exams. Even if you had not studied the rest 80%, you would have still bagged 80% at least in your exams, and even more probably. So that's the main concept of it. Now, if you are thinking about it, not always 80-20 principle is helpful, especially if I am talking about exams, because 80% is not a very good score in exams. But then Pareto's principle does not rely on exact numerics. It's not like if you study 20%, then you'll get 80% only. It might be that you can study 25% and you'll get 90%. The main concept is that minority effort gives you majority of the result. That's why average students easily get 90% in ICSE or CBSE. But if you are a good student, you get 95% or above, because average students give minority efforts and then they get majority results. And those students who are not good, they don't even give that effort. So yeah, let's not talk about that. So it's very easy to get majority results by giving minority efforts. So if we apply that in business, if you have say 50 things that you have created under a brand. So if you're a company that makes soaps and you have 50 different kinds of soaps, and you see that only 3 or 4 soaps sell well, it's a good idea to stop making 50 soaps and make only 3 or 4 types of soaps that are doing well and improve those soaps that are doing well. Do you get my point? So that's basically what 80-20 principle is about. If 20% of the efforts, that is 20% of the products that you're making, are bringing you 80% or more of the revenue, then why not just improve that 20%? And this has been applied by someone we know very well. Who? Steve Jobs. When he rejoined Apple in 1997, Apple had over 300 products. He reduced the number of products to just 10. That's like 5% of the number of products that originally were. And he started improving those 5% products to create them and give them a better shape. And that's why Apple is such a huge company today. Instead of making a lot of stuff, it made good quality stuff in less amounts. So by focusing on the minority of the products, they increase their revenue to a majority. And that is exactly what 80-20 rule is about. In personal life, if you see that you are getting happy only when you are around 20% of the people who you call friends, it's better to not be with those 80% who do not give you happiness. Just be with the 20% who are quality friends. And that is where 80% or more of the happiness will come from. Now, there are drawbacks, definitely. You can't just be with only 20% of all the people you know. You have to be with others as well, because there's something called profession, there's something called being social, and that's really, really important. In personal life, I do so many things throughout the day and I know only 20% of it makes me happy, but that doesn't mean that I'll stop going out to the grocery store. That doesn't mean I'll stop cleaning my room just because it does not make it happy. So it's not like you can always apply 80-20 rule, but when you are doing that, especially in business, it's probable that your income will increase, your revenue will increase, and your business will take a much better shape than it is today. But you can also not apply Pareto principle the moment you start a business. You must have at least 6 or 8 months of experience. Only then you will know which product is doing well or which service is doing well and which service isn't. I started working when I was in the 11th standard. I started working at 11 different jobs, and then now I realized that 11 jobs were not bringing me enough income. That's mainly because I was not giving my full attention to one. So right now the thing I'm doing is that I am only dedicated to 2 things at this time: YouTubing and teaching. And at this moment I feel that this is probably the best thing that I could have done, because I have a lot of quality time for myself now, and I am also being able to make quality content and frequent content for you guys, because before this I was involved in so many projects that it was not possible for me to upload like regularly, but yeah, today it is. So yeah, that's basically how you apply 80-20 principle. In case you want to grab this book is available on Amazon and Flipkart. You can also get this book for free as an audiobook on Audible. You will get the first 2 books free. So in case you want to get those free Audible books, then you can go to the link in the description below and grab your first 2 free books and a 30-day free trial. But the thing is, Audible charges you after 30 days. So make sure, in case you don't want to continue after 30 days, you cancel it. Just cancel it after 28 days in case you just don't want to continue. But if you are happy with Audible, then make sure that you are subscribing to them. It's a good app. Another audiobook app called Storytel, which is currently my favorite, but it does not have Richard Koch's books audiobook. It has a different man's 80-20 principle. You can also go to Storytel and subscribe to them for 30 days. It costs only about 299 rupees per month after your free trial, and the free trial link is in the description below. So go and grab your free trial. Again, it also charges you money after 30 days. So in case you want to cancel, make sure you're doing it before that. But right now it's gonna be free for you wherever you go. In case you're not comfortable with reading audiobooks, you can definitely go and grab the book on Amazon. That will help me a lot. In case you like my channel and you want to support me, make sure you're sending me Amazon gift cards, because that helps my channel run and makes me keep posting content on my channel, because this is an independent channel. Thanks a lot to each and everybody who contributes towards my channel, because that's what keeps my channel going. In case you guys enjoyed this video, video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. In case there's a specific book that you want a review for, in case there's a specific book that you want me to summarize in my future videos, let me know in the comment section below. I am planning on doing a non-fiction review or summary of this book called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and I think that it's gonna be really great because it's one of my favorite books and I can't wait to shoot that video. So stay tuned next week, and till my next video, bye bye.